What is neuroplasticity? It's the malleability of your mind or your neural pathways more specifically. It's how easily they can change, how easily you can shift them. Whether they be your beliefs, thought patterns, habits, whatever it may be. The higher your neuroplasticity, the more malleable those are going to be. And it has been shown that the class of drugs known as psychedelics can and do initiate the process of neuroplasticity. Unfortunately, this class of compounds is highly illegal, and only in recent years has any research on them been done at all. But that research is showing some promising results, and that is what we are going to discuss today in this video. On October 24th, 1968, a list of psychedelics including psilocybin mushrooms, LSD, and mescaline, or peyote, were banned because they were deemed to have no medicinal value and be at a high risk of abuse. There are many conspiracy theories as to the real reason that they were made illegal. Terence McKenna, a legend in the community of psychedelic consumers, had this to say about it.
Psychedelics are illegal not because a loving government is concerned that you may jump out of a third-story window. Psychedelics are illegal because they dissolve opinion structures and culturally laid down models of behavior and information processing. They open you up to the possibility that everything you know is wrong.
I don't know about you, but in the past I have taken some psychedelics, and never once did I have any urge to jump out of a third-story window. The number of instances in which people have died or been harmed due to the consumption of psychedelics is a needle compared to the haystack of times where people have died or been harmed due to legal substances such as alcohol, cigarettes, or even prescription medications. I see it as eerily similar to in the 1920s when Big Paper put up a lot of money to run smear campaigns on marijuana so that it and hemp would be made illegal because the processing of hemp had evolved and was threatening Big Paper industry with annihilation. There are many popular medicines or pharmaceuticals that could be deemed irrelevant and completely replaced if something like psilocybin were to be made legal. You can call me a tinfoil hatter if you want to, but I think pretty much everyone agrees that the government is notoriously corrupt. And I don't think it's a big stretch to assume that they could be in bed with Big Pharma on this matter. Big Pharma goes to the government and says, look, we're gonna lose billions of dollars if this is made legal. And big prison industry is like, hey, we're gonna lose billions of dollars if this is made legal. We got a lot of people in prison for all this drugs. I'd like to make it perfectly clear before we move on. I am not promoting or condoning the use of any illegal substances. I simply wanted to discuss them and some of the new research that has been coming out in the recent years, especially the work that John Hopkins has done with psilocybin and I believe MDMA. The work they did with psilocybin was with patients who had terminal illnesses and anxiety about it. I think there were 24 patients, and a majority of them walked away from the 1 to 2 administrations of psilocybin with long-term antidepressant effects. That would not be good for any big pharmaceutical companies to find out that there is an extremely cheap and effective treatment for depression, which they are selling medication for by the shiploads. And also, MDMA has been shown to have long-term positive effects on patients with PTSD. Imagine the enormous loss and profits of all the people in America and the world who are taking antidepressants just stopped because they can just go to a therapist and take psilocybin 1, 2, 3 times and then be done with it. That would be very bad for their profits. It's not some miracle cure or anything, right? It wasn't 100%. Didn't work sometimes, but the efficacy was at least so far, much greater than traditional forms of treatment. It is my understanding that capitalism, which is arguably the best economic system that has ever existed, still has some problems, especially in this area. It actually just makes no sense. Economically, makes no sense for big pharma or the government or the prison industrial complex to try and help any of these substances become legal. And in fact, it would make a lot of sense for them to try and invest in keeping it illegal. Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments. My tinfoil hatter, and psychedelics are obviously dangerous and should be categorized as such, or is the government suspicious in their decision to make and keep these substances illegal? Then again, that's not really a problem with capitalism, is it? What's that called when government and corporations work together at the detriment of the people that they're supposed to be serving and protecting? What's that called? I can't remember. Again, before I conclude this video, I am not condoning or promoting the use of any illegal substances. This video was for educational and entertainment purposes only. With that being said, I'd like to remind you that we're all going to die one day. All right, memento mori. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.